Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Live with Dr. Mom on my Moving Forward series, which consists of having a good foundation, goal setting, and professional development in order to move forward in your life. It's three really good things that have helped me my whole life. I am an entrepreneur, business person, a widow, mother, grandmother, doctor of higher education. I have worked in finance at a university for several years, flipped many houses, been in real estate. I was an EMT for a while, so I've done a lot of very interesting things. I'm here now because I feel like I'm being called to do this. It's a new career that I'm going into. I am developing a web page. I haven't got any of that done yet, but I am posting at least 5 videos a week on moving forward, one on bodybuilding, which I did this morning, making progress, and then a house remodel project that I'm going to be flipping this house in another month or so. Then I will be going live mobile in a new RV. So that's me. Thanks for joining me. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about soulmates, soul connections. I've always kind of believed that, call it intuition, call it, I don't know what you want to, but there's always been certain people in my life, friends, my late husband, family members, things like that, that just connect to me deeply, I guess we could say. It's not always an instant connection. Sometimes it takes longer, but eventually it's like you just jive, you just have this ability to almost understand each other and, oh, my hair is funny today. Understand each other and not even have to say anything. You just connect and have a deep love. And to be honest with you, I don't know that I realized this when growing up. I grew up in a small town in Southern California, which is it's a ghost town now. But we had a connection then growing up, and I didn't, maybe others didn't realize how very important it was, very a spiritual connection. I don't know that, I always loved it as my home. I don't know if I realized how connected I was to everyone until after later on in my life, and the town wasn't there anymore. So I feel like we all have this really cool connection back to people that grew up there. We shared a common bond, but I also have a very deep connection to many of the people from that town. We have a reunion every year, and it's just like family. It's so cool. So today I thought about, and because people have been coming into my life recently, probably over the last 6 months, maybe a little bit less than that, but who have just been making a profound impact on my life and imprinting on my heart. And so I consider that a soul connection. My husband and I always said that we were soulmates, and I believe it. Like, we always had a very deep love for each other. Although sometimes it was kind of rough, we always knew that we had each other's backs. I think that's what I want to say. We always stood up for each other. So I do know that I will see him again when I'm when I pass on from this world. So what we talked about yesterday is, well, demons, but the day before that was angels, which I thought was I really liked that one. And demons as well, we know that they were once angels, right? So I just thought, do we have, I wanted to talk today about whether we have, and you let me know if you think so, if you believe that we do have spiritual connections, we have soul connections with other people. If you have felt that or what your thoughts are. And make sure you subscribe, like, and ring the bell, and I will keep coming to you. I guess it looks like to me, if you do subscribe, it'll tell you in your email when I'm on every day. But I am trying to do this every day at 1 o'clock. I'm not sure if that's happening. I mean, it's 1 o'clock Mountain Time, so it may post other places at other times. But today I forgot to click that link. So I am just live right now. Okay, so today I'm talking about, do people come into our lives and you feel a soul connection? It doesn't have to be, a lover or a husband or a boyfriend. It can be a very good friend or family member. So what's your thoughts on it? Make sure you comment. I'd like to hear them. If you have something you want me to research, put that in the comments as well. I love reading everyone's comments. A couple of them I don't really understand. They seem to be sort of a cyber thing that I'm afraid to click on. So I probably won't respond if it's something I don't understand. So anyway, I'm just saying that. Okay, so what's my quotes today? I got some good ones, and then I've got a couple articles. One, the 12 types of soulmates and how to recognize them. And just my thoughts on it. Trying to think if I have any stories. I'm not sure, but okay, the first one, and these all seem to be anonymous. I can't see names attached to them, so I'm just going to say anonymous, and I'm sorry if I'm not giving someone credit, but tell me your story, show me your wounds. I really like this one. And I'll show you what love sees when love looks at you. Hand me the pieces broken and bruised. And I'll show you what love sees when love sees you. I really, I like that one a lot because during the 100 day challenge that I did on Facebook, a lot of my friends that were on there and we went through a lot of really broken places in our lives and wounds, and I feel like we were able to love each other through it. And so that reminded me a lot of that. And they were from my town, and still are, big part of my life. The soul cannot live without love is the second one. True love is a meeting of two souls, fully accepting the dark and the light within each other, bound by the courage to grow through struggle into bliss. I really like that one too. And it doesn't have to be a soul mate per se. It just friends. And that's what I have so many blessings from when I did that 100 video challenge. Just, I can't even tell you the amount of growth that went through all of that for me, and just connecting with my very good, and I consider them family, very, very close family friends that I grew up with. And then this one, I really like this one. I think I can't remember if I was able to post it or not, but this one's a favorite. Dear soul, I'm still learning about what you love. I'm going to give us more of that, I promise. Don't you like that? That one's kind of, don't you feel like that one's where we're evolving? Um, by learning about what my soul and my spirit is craving, I'm going to give you more of that, I promise. And I do. Every day I keep trying to grow and grow and grow. Not always knowing what I'm doing, but I'm still here. I'm still here and I'm still growing. And so I really like that. I'm, dear soul, I'm still learning about what you love. Isn't it odd that we don't know that automatically? Like, you'd think that we would just come out knowing all these things about ourselves, but we really don't. Like, I haven't discovered things about my soul and spirit until this time of my life. What the heck? What the heck? I don't know. So I'm going to keep doing it though. I'm going to keep evolving and growing. Okay, so that's a good one. I feel like that's a good one for today. I always have coffee on my nose. Okay, so this is Tanya Carol Richardson. It is called Soul Connection, 12 Types of Soulmates and How to Recognize Them. And tell me if you've got any, because I'd love to hear about it. It's pretty cool. Okay, so are there people you feel you are destined to meet or people who make you feel at home whenever you're around them? Those same people might occasionally drive you nuts or even contribute to your most transformational wounds. Oh boy. These are people with whom you have a strong soul connection, or what we often refer to as soulmates. So, what is a soul connection? What's your thoughts? What's a soul connection? Um, and I think you'll recognize it. Like, I know when somebody's feeding my soul. So, I have some good friends that do all the time. I'm so many. Um, on different levels, on different connection levels. Irene, her and I kind of, we have this really cool connection on like YouTube and what we're studying, and we just really jive on it, evolving and studying different places. But I have a connection with so many of my friends from there. Bodybuilding, with my friend Donna and Pam, and just my very, very special friend Lisa. And gosh, there's so many. So many levels of connecting with just special friends. Gracie, who we've been friends since third grade, we connect on so many levels. We have so many, we connected back in at a young age. We just had the most fun. So there's so many, and so many I'm not naming, so many friends from Eagle Mountain that I'll never, never be able to part from because they're just so special to me. So with that, I'm going to keep going. Harold and Dan, and oh my gosh, Charlesy. There's so many, and some that have passed that, I miss terribly. And Sandra and Miriam, I connect with them. We're all widows together, and we've done a lot of connecting and trying to hold each other up. I don't know. I don't want to name names because I'm going to forget some. And I don't want to forget anyone because they're so special to me. So anyway, okay. A soul connection is when two people feel they are linked on a soul level in a significant or extraordinary way. It's the sense that your link transcends the earth plane and transcending the practical details of your relationship, like being co-workers or lovers, and that something much more brought you together or is at play. You might feel you have known each other in a past life, or that your soul agreed before this life to meet up now. That was my other thought today. I was wondering, well, does God bring these people into our lives to help us, to move us along in a certain direction. Or I guess what they're saying is, have we known them before we came into this life? I don't know. I don't know. Interesting. When I hear someone use the word soulmate, it often seems to connect exclusively. Exclusive to connote, sorry. It often seems to connote exclusivity. Spiritual teacher and this is an author, Tess Whitehurst. She's a spiritual teacher and best-selling author. Whitehurst, who has been in romantic relationship with the same partner for 20 years, feels that the opposite is true. We, in fact, have many soulmates. And as we're all part of a common humanity or spiritual consciousness, we're actually all linked on a soul level. I agree with that. I totally do. How do you recognize a soulmate? Let's look at different types of soul connections, remembering they can certainly be overlapped. Someone could be your soulmate in many different ways. Types of soulmates. Soul partners. There are certain souls you agreed to partner with in this lifetime. The most common type of soulmate. You might have agreed to be best friends, in-laws, raise children together, or open a business together. A soul partnership could be with someone you know intimately for your whole life, like a beloved sibling, or it can be with someone you barely know for a short time, like an influential person in your industry who offers you a big break in your career. Soul partners are specifically designed to help support you in this life emotionally, professionally, or in any other way you're required to accomplish and experience what your soul planned to do here on earth. None of us can do this life alone. And soul partnerships remind us how beautifully, masterfully, and intricately oh boy, our lives are woven together. Okay, soul ties. When you feel a soul tie, it's simply the sense that another soul is in your life for a reason. And that's what I've been experiencing. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is cool. For example, if your life is very busy, yet you meet a new person, friend, or a potential business partner, the sense that you have a soul tie to this person could inspire you to make room in your life for the relationship. Perhaps you're not in the market for a pet, but when a friend says they need to give up their pet because they have to move overseas unexpectedly, your feeling or psychic pathway might give you the feeling that you have a soul tie with this animal, and beginning it and bringing it into your home is the right thing to do for both of you. You might think of soul ties as the ties that bind, like the Bruce Springsteen song. Past life soulmates. Many Eastern religions and philosophies discuss the concept of past lives. I can always tell when a client has met someone they knew well in a past life by the way they describe the connection. If the connection is manifesting as a romance, they might say, I've never felt this way before. When two souls have shared a significant past life together, or perhaps several, if they meet again in this life, they may be inexplicably drawn to each other, and the sexual chemistry can be off the charts. That's kind of how my husband and I were a lot, like instantly. Instant. I mean, it wasn't always smooth, but it was certainly instant. The chemistry was definitely there for years. 32. What people are feeling is the built-up energy over other lifetimes together and a soul recognition. Now, I don't know that I believe all this, but I like what they're saying. I mean, it's possible. I'm not going to rule it out or anything. I do believe that before we ascended on earth, our soul was with God. Maybe our soul was with other people. I mean, I don't know. I would like, I'm moving in that direction to figure it out. Although you can have a soul recognition with any type of soulmate, the past life ones, whether you were at odds or best friends in a past life, are extremely powerful. According to Brian West, psychiatrist and past life regression expert, two souls could agree to reincarnate and navigate towards each other after spending 1,000 Earth years apart, which is quite romantic. Yet just because you had a significant past life with someone and are feeling all the feelings, it doesn't necessarily mean you're supposed to partner, romantically or otherwise, in this lifetime. Judge the relationship by who you both are today and how you treat each other now. If you suspect a past life connection with a current lover, try to bring more healing to the situation, even if you break up. This might look like releasing them with love, wishing them well, yet out of your life. Often when souls come back together in this lifetime, they are looking to heal something or do better this time around. That's interesting. Whoever this person is, I kind of wonder if they don't believe in reincarnation or something. I don't know. But I'm willing to see what they think, right? Karmic soulmates. Karmic soulmates are something we call wrecking ball soulmates. Uh-oh. But instead of thinking of karma as good or bad or a system of punishment and reward, think of it as merely a neutral energy of cause and effect. The earth plane is very much a dimension of cause and effect. We create karma. Now, I believe that. I do. With other people all the time through small and significant interactions. Every interaction with another person creates energy that can turn into karma. This isn't anything to fear, but something to be mindful of. Karmic relationships may come into our lives as change agents who facilitate through positive, negative, or neutral interactions, opportunities or invitations to improve our karma, how we operate in our lives in the world, so we can grow and evolve. Keep in mind that the soul craves new experiences, growth, and evolution. That reminds me of a very good friend who I grew up with in this small town in Southern California. And her and I, at the age of 17, moved to another city about 1,000 miles away from where we grew up. Maybe it was only 500, 600. But we moved together. We're roommates in Salt Lake City, Utah, which is a pretty big move at 17. I don't think either one of us had a vehicle. So we decided to go on. Now, I did have a boyfriend from high school that had moved there with his family, so I did have a connection. They let us stay, his sister let us stay at their house for a while till we found an apartment that we moved into. It was kind of a rough apartment, but it was pretty cool. Like we had fun together. We didn't have any money, maybe $50. And I remember my mom bought us a bucket of chicken. We took a Greyhound is what we did. So yeah, anyway, our first job when we got there was we became, there was hotels. It was, up in the main part of Salt Lake City. There was a hotel, I believe it was called Little America, and we went to work there as maids, cleaning rooms. Wow, I didn't like that job. I am not a good cleaner. I mean, I guess I can be, but I don't like it. I remember we had 13 rooms apiece every day that we had to clean. Yuck. So anyway, but they did, I remember it was all right money. We had to, so we didn't have vehicle then. So we did have to ride the bus. We rode the bus into Salt Lake there and back every day. Um, and then we met this one girl that worked there that lived out by us. And so we started getting rides but with them, but they were kind of odd. So anyway, her and I, we ended up there together. I think we ended up, oh my goodness, I'm going to say we stayed as roommates for at least a year or so. Then we just kind of started going in different directions, work wise and friend wise, and eventually we kind of parted ways. I had a boyfriend, but then I was dating. I think I did. I was dating this gentleman that I introduced her to, and they ended up getting married later on, which didn't end well, but it was still, I don't know. So, long story short, we fell apart where we didn't stay connected, but we always had a very, what do you want to say? I think a soulmate connection. We always had a love for each other as friends, and we always had a lot of fun together. And so we went our ways for years. Honestly, until I moved back into Idaho, I didn't even realize she was still in Utah. And it probably was, I'm going to say 15 years or longer, maybe 20 years. And then when I got here, for some reason, I think it was on Facebook, we reconnected. And then I started going down to see her. Now, unfortunately, she had breast cancer when I did reconnect. And it was also a very hard time in her life, but I was very, very blessed to hook up with her and reconnect as good friends and spiritual partners. We talked a lot about spirituality. And I was with her through until she passed away. Not with her every day. We lived in different places, but I did go down and see her as much as I could. And a lot of my friends, there was, I think, 4 of us, got to take her to Vegas and have a really good time there before she ended up getting too sick. And I did get to see her and talk about a lot of spiritual things right before she passed away. So I was very blessed, and I believe that I will see her again. I know that I will. So that's what I mean. I think people come into our lives, come back into our lives at certain times that when we need them or when they need us, you know? So what's a romantic soulmate? After giving thousands of intuitive readings to clients all over the world, there are a few things I know for sure. As Oprah would say, one is that when we enter a significant romantic relationship or fall in love, there's possibility we'll partner with this person. What's not only possible but definite is that we are being given the opportunity to heal, learn, and grow because of the relationship. I totally believe that. Even in the happiest or healthiest relationships, romantic soulmates can tend to tap dance on your biggest wounds or challenge you in uncomfortable ways. When two souls enter a romantic relationship, they're also entering a classroom together. Ooh, isn't that the truth? Whew, probably I wasn't, my husband had passed away, but I bet COVID was a real eye opener, huh? I've had many clients who met their ideal partner and said, I feel like I've been waiting my whole life to meet this person. It's always worth the wait. Find ways to fall in love with life. Work on believing a great romantic relationship is possible for you, and get help to heal those romantic wounds from the past. Twin flames. This popular term describes an intense soul connection, and some people believe twin flames are actually one soul that was split into two bodies. Now that's interesting. Never thought of that. No, but I also I often have wondered, I don't know, how about you? Twins or even triplets or five quadruplets, sextuplets, I don't know. What about them? What do you think? According to the theory, twin flames can love, challenge, teach, and heal each other in a unique, powerful way. Yet Whitehurst cautions against feeling like you need another person to complete you. Just remember there can be a shadow side of trying to fit people into a certain category in your life, including a spiritual category. While some believe the twin flame is the ultimate romantic experience, remember every relationship you enter with another person, romantic or otherwise, has the potential to help you achieve more enlightenment. And that's what I'm into nowadays. People that help me to grow and evolve and think and become more of what we are here. That's what I want to. I want to be around those people. And a lot of them, and that's self-development in my opinion, a lot of them are on YouTube. Like, I consider them mentors, although they don't know it yet. They will eventually when I get to meet them, like Lewis Howes and Dr. Andrew Huberman and oh wait, I don't know why I always lose his name, but it's another one that I really impact theory. Impact theory. Companion soulmates, aka soulmate friends. Not all soulmates are romantic ones. Your companion soulmates, aka soulmate friends, can be equally important in your life. I totally agree with that. If you think of earthly life as a temporary journey for the soul, as some spiritual people do, you want to have interesting, supportive companions for the trip. Just like any character in an epic story or legend picks up companions along the way, think of them as spiritual sidekicks, people who seem destined to be in your path, so you both, in turn, can give each other love and encouragement when needed to keep going on your earthly odyssey. Boy, I agree with that one. Don't underestimate the importance of soulmate friends. Yeah. Whether they are in your life for the long haul or just a few months, soul companions are necessary nourishment. Just like the human body needs food and water, the soul requires companion soulmates. Thank the Lord, right? Thank the Lord we're blessed with them. Soul families and soul groups. Large groups of souls can be linked in soul families. See, that's what I was talking about at our little hometown. I think we're all linked in a very unusual spiritual way. This can show up as actual family members in this lifetime, like a cousin who is not only part of your earthly family, but also your soul family, or as people working towards common goals who never met, like activists around the globe working for a similar case or spiritual cause, or spiritual seekers working to bring more love and awareness to the planet. Sometimes one soul will incarnate to try to help heal something in the family line, like a pattern of addiction, abuse, or disease. I think I have a really, I think spiritual connections can be like, when I'm studying the people on YouTube, like I have this really wild connection to them. I'm being drawn because of what I'm learning. Kindred spirit. Kindred spirits aren't always soulmates, but they can be. Kindred spirits are simply people who really understand you. You might feel a kindred spirit as someone who shares the same spiritual beliefs you have or agrees with you about culture issues to the point you could finish each other's sentences. A kindred spirit might also be someone who has had a similar life experience to yours. Like you are both elementary school teachers, both have newborn babies, and both are both married to working artists. It's incredibly peaceful to be with another soul who just gets you or you get. I like that. Soul contracts. Intuitive and spiritual teacher Robert Ohado describes soul contracts as agreements you made on a soul level to do certain things in this lifetime. You might have a soul contract to mentor a certain child or write a certain book. These contracts can be renegotiated. So if you're in a toxic situation, leave or change the dynamic to a healthier one. Yet feeling you have a soul contract to do something challenging, like start your own business, can give you the inspiration and stamina to make it through the difficult moments of that journey. Knowing if you have a soul contract around something or someone in your life is all about learning to follow your intuition. And I think that's very true. I think I've always looked at it as being led by the spirit. Maybe our guardian angel is what we were just studying, huh? But a soul contract. I mean, I understand that because I had to step out of my comfort zone to do what I'm doing here. And I definitely had to have a very strong spiritual contact or spiritual foundation, or I don't think I would have been able to do it. So that's true. I like that. Soul teachers, a healer or mentor can come into your life via divine timing because they're a soulmate teacher. It could be the college professor who encouraged you to go after a certain major or career path, or the counselor or naturopath who teaches you how to better manage your anxiety. Sometimes a soulmate might show up to teach you by challenging you to do something different from what they recommend, teaching you the value of thinking for yourself. Soulmate teachers are very special, sacred relationships, and each of us has been in both roles, student and teacher, whether we realize it at the time or not. That's what I consider a lot of the YouTube people that I'm following. I'm learning a lot. Soul crossings. Have you ever heard the cliche, ships that pass in the night? It's a phrase used to describe someone who comes into your life, but the timing and circumstances are not conducive to a long-term relationship. This phenomena can happen with friends or lovers or colleagues when for a short amount of time you are thrown together and share amazing experiences and awakenings. I think that's a lot like the 100-day challenge. I experienced so much. It was, but I'm not letting it, I am not letting those relationships and connections go away. It's just sort of on hold right now until I can get a challenge going. But what we actually had there is going to keep going. So even if someone doesn't stay in your life long, like a freelancer who works at your company for 9 months, who you become close to until they move to the other side of the country, or a lover you met on a retreat and 4 months later they tragically pass. Oh, that's horrible. It's still a soul connection. In the case of a friend, you two might always treasure your time together and the lessons you learn, but your lives are too busy to keep up the friendship in a significant way. In the case of the lover who passed, you might think of this person fondly for the rest of your life, or even consider them a spirit guide. Soul crossings teach us not to judge the importance or depth of a soul connection by the length of the relationship. That's really cool. Spirit guide. I'll have to read into that. There's actually a link on here. I'll post it for you. That's interesting. Gosh, just so many new areas that I need to research. That it's cool. Okay, there are many misconceptions out there about what a soulmate really is. Of course, there is no right or wrong, but I have come to understand soulmates as being entirely different as to what you hear about in the movies. Soulmates are just that. They are mates of your soul. They share a similar energy to you and perhaps come into this world with a similar purpose. I believe soulmates come together to help remind each other of this purpose. I believe soulmates come together to help awaken each other and remind each other of who they really are. Essentially, encountering a soulmate can help to awaken and stir things from within so you can reconnect with your soul essence. Soulmates don't have to be romantic, but very often they are. This is due to the strong attraction that is felt when connecting with a soulmate. Soulmates don't have to be forever. Often, once the lesson is learned and the soul has been awakened, soulmates can move on. This may be very different to what you have heard about the soulmate connection, but it may also describe those heated and intimate relationships that change everything yet don't last. Sometimes soulmate relationships can blossom into forever, and other times they are too intense and need to be released. Even though soulmates may not physically stay together forever, the love is always there. Soulmates touch us in such deep and profound ways that their memory will always remain. Okay, here's 10 ways, 10 typical signs if you've encountered a soulmate. Number 1, you feel an instant and strong attraction to the person. Perhaps you feel like you know or understand each other already. 2, the relationship, whether romantic or not, has an intensity that can't really be explained. You may also feel a strong past life connection. I don't think I've ever thought about it that way, but I understand. I don't know. Sometimes I think when it's romantic, it might be a pheromone thing connection. But I could be wrong. The encounter can often bring many life changes. Perhaps meeting this person turned your life around in a dramatic way. And I think that's on my 100 videos in 100 days. A lot of the connections I made on there profoundly changed me forever. Old pains, fears, or habits seem to be stirred through meeting this connection. Perhaps things from your past come up again in order to be released. That's definitely what happened with me. This connection may allow you to learn new skills or talents that you didn't know you had. If a romantic relationship, the strong build of energy may cause you to enter into an off again, on again, off again cycle. You meet or exit each other's lives in somewhat fated circumstances. You feel a longing or extremely strong attraction to each other, but often once the lesson has been learned, the attraction may fade or change. Your coming together feels bigger than just the two of you. Perhaps you both feel as if you're working towards something greater. You feel very in tune or in sync with each other, almost like you know what each other are feeling. All of these could be signs that you have indeed met a soulmate, but the ultimate sign or way to tell is by trusting your own intuitive feelings. On a deeper level, you will know when a soulmate has come into your life by listening to the wisdom of your heart. That was super good. I like that. And I definitely believe that we connect very spiritually with other people, and that the connection is definitely brought on from our souls meeting or supposed to meet, or just meeting, working together for a common purpose, or just connections, like you just jive with each other. And my husband and I helped each other grow in so many areas of life. And I feel that connection with my kids and grandkids as well. It's very spiritual connection. Like we just understand each other and I think having, don't you, isn't it, I think for me too, it's like you just have a blast together. Like you just get it. You just are connected in such a profound way that you just, when you leave or when you are done talking to them or you've done something with them, like you just really feel full, more full. And I think it's coming from your soul. Like when I go to, we have these big town reunions every year, and I've been going, I don't know, past 3 or 4 years. And I know every time I've gone, I get to know more and more people. So our class was maybe 30 some people, but the class above me, we also, a lot of those people we were close to. I dated a lot of the guys that were older. Um, but even 4 years older or later, the last time I've been going, and even the teachers, we just have this really awesome, cool connection that it's just so cool. Every time I go there, I meet and get to talk to more and more people that I get to know on a different level. And I really believe we have a spiritual connection with all of them. So, oh goodness, you guys, this was a good one today. I'm so busy. So busy. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting me, and thanks for any comments. I haven't seen many, many that I understand until I get so I can have enough time to get our challenge going, and then we're going to have some cool connections. And to me, that's going to be spiritual, very spiritual. The people that come on and we get to share with, and it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. That's all I got to say. Yep. Okay, what's our devotion today? Let's see. It is, my clock is going dead. Got to get a new one of them. Let's see. Today's the 16th. Gosh. Okay, I'm calling you to a life of thankfulness. I want all your moments to be punctuated with thanksgiving. The basis for your gratitude is my sovereignty. I am the creator and controller of the universe. Heaven and earth are filled with my glorious presence. When you criticize or complain, you are acting as if you think you could run the world better than I do. From your limited human perspective, it may look as if I'm mismanaging things, but you don't know what I know or see what I see. If I pulled back the curtain to allow you to view heavenly realms, you would understand much more. However, I have designed you to live by faith, not by sight. I lovingly shield you from knowing the future or seeing into the spiritual world. Acknowledge my sovereignty by giving thanks to all circumstances. Isaiah 6:3, 2 Corinthians 5:7, 1 Thessalonians 5:18. I kind of also wonder if we could see into the spiritual realm. I think if we were fully in tune and as spiritual as we probably could, but I don't think we'd want to come back to this earth. To be honest with you, I think once we do cross over, I think it's gonna be glorious. More beautiful than I think our minds can even imagine. So we're probably not allowed to see it because we wouldn't want to stay here. Ooh, I hope. That's my hope. So with that, my dear friends, I want you to know that I'm thinking of you, praying for you. Be blessed. I'm so thankful for all of you. And I will be back with my Moving Forward series on Monday. We'll have to figure out what we want to do move forward on Monday. I will be on tomorrow with my house update. It's looking pretty darn sexy. I can't tell you. It's just really coming together. I'm loving it. Trying not to think about it because I'm going to sell it, but somebody's going to be real happy. Somebody. All right. Blessings today. Enjoy the sunshine, your family and friends this weekend. Give them love, love, love. Okay. Blessings, my friends. Much love.